Tommy Post here with Micro Pig Off-Road Club, a micro four-wheel drive dedicated group. This is a follow-up video with an experiment. This is all about the motoalliance VIPER ELITE EX6000 flagship winch right there. I've never had any good results with it. When I got it, and this is just a recap because I've got other videos out there going all the way back to the time that I installed it. It's always been gritty, it's always been extremely slow, and it has never had any pulling power. I've only needed to use it a couple of times and was disappointed both times. Took the motor apart on it because I was frustrated one day. How is it possible that something so expensive and bigger than my other rear-facing winch could not be as strong or stronger? Took it apart. The magnets were disbonded from the body on the inside of it, so basically defective motor. motoalliance sent me a replacement motor. I put it on there, and I still have crap results. Well, I'm going to leave my other video up until such time that maybe motoalliance wants to talk about it. I am just barely out of warranty, so I don't know what to expect. So this video is going to cover an experiment where I'm going to go ahead and take my side-by-side and I'm going to park it perpendicular to this vehicle. I'm going to take this vehicle and I'm going to anchor it off to an oak tree. And then I'm going to run this winch up front and I'm going to try to tip over my side-by-side. I'm going to then take a look at what the results are, see how high it lifts the tires off the ground, just whatever, safely as I possibly can. And I'll go ahead and show what the performance is like of this winch pulling, which the side-by-side only weighs about 1,100 pounds, but if it's parked perpendicular, it's not rolling, but it's also not being deadlifted off the ground. So I don't know how many pounds. Without a dynometer, not to be confused with dynamometer, I cannot possibly measure how much pulling force this winch has. But I don't suspect the results are going to be that great. I am then going to turn the vehicle around, and I'm going to take my little baby back-facing winch. It's hiding right up in there. See that guy? Yeah. It's a 4,500 pounder that I've been impressed with since the day I got it. So I'm going to pit one against the other and record the results of both. Let's get into it. All right, here's experiment number one. What I've got is just my side-by-side sitting right here. I've got an axle strap around it, and I've got it hooked up to the illustrious VIPER ELITE 6,000 pound winch. The car is running. So basically the alternator is providing some amperage current to the battery system, which is a dual battery system. It's sitting in neutral, and out back we've just got a brake on it. All right, so let's just see what it'll do. I'll bring it in a little bit. All right, let's see what's happening here. Starting to pull, starting to pull, starting to pull. It's tipping, it's tipping. Is it? Oh, see that? And the winch is maxed out. This is all we have. And I'm gonna try to go in on it again. Nothing. There it is, dead stopped. And out. And in. Same thing. Absolutely nothing. Dead stopped. That is a pitiful excuse for pulling power, because honestly it should have turned this side-by-side over. And obviously I would have stopped as soon as I saw the other side come up off the ground. But hey, that's pretty pathetic. So we'll just let it back on out and try the rear winch. There we go. All right, we're good. All right, take number 2. Now we have the car spun around. Now we've got the brake on the front to the oak tree. And now we are using the much, much smaller 4,500 pound winch that sits out back, right up under there. And we are hooked up exactly in the same place on the side-by-side. Now listen, I don't condone you guys doing experiments like this at home. It's not the safest thing, but I am staying out of the damage path. I've got a synthetic line, so even if the line were to break, it would likely just flop back underneath the tow vehicle and probably wouldn't do any damage. I really don't suspect that the hook is going to break. If it does, it does. If it don't, it don't. But I'm not standing there. And the downside, if what I suspect is true, it's going to pull this thing probably right off the ground. The smaller winch, yes. The one that works great, not the expensive, bigger piece of junk that doesn't work great. Now, they are both attached to the exact same bank of batteries. It's a dual battery system, like I keep saying. All right, so let's just have a look. And we'll start here. Oh, listen to the sound of it. Wow. Quickly pulls the car back into position. Still just idling. All right, let's just see. A little bit. Holy crap, look at this. Right off of the ground. Right off the ground. And tons more to go. The thing is barely even trying, and it just peels this side-by-side right up off the ground. If that isn't proof enough that this that this winch has issues, I don't know how else to prove it. Now let's just set her back down nice and gentle like. And down she goes. You can even tell by the sound of that winch. Sounds so much better. And that's it. All right, so here is my conclusion video. As you can see, my side-by-side did survive. But then again, the idea was never really to turn it over. I just wanted to see if that front winch would even have the power to turn it up on two wheels, which it did not. So anyhow, just to finish things off, I'm going to say that I'm very disappointed with the VIPER ELITE 6000. And hopefully this will be useful to anybody looking to buy a winch. But again, as I caveated before, I am definitely more than willing to entertain sending this winch back and having a full replacement by motoalliance if you guys so choose, and if you even see this video. Because honestly, I would rather see the issue rectified, because I have no problem going back and saying, hey, you know, they sent me this new winch and this one kicks total butt and I no longer have any problems. But as it is now, the one that I purchased has done nothing but leave me stranded and also be a big waste of money. All right, that's it for now. We'll see where it goes.